People always go, well, what do you want for Christmas? And if somebody asked you for, a beautiful dish or some pretty dish or a vase or something, would you then, and it was within your ability to get it for them, you wouldn't go buy them a pipe, right? You'd buy them the vase that they wanted. Well, if Christ is asking you this Christmas for you to be able to remember who you are, to remember the power of God that abides within you, would you say, nah, I'm not going to do that? Well, that's what he's asking us for. And the way he's asking us to experience that is to release our brothers from the imprisoning thoughts we hold about them. So I choose to see my brother's sinlessness. I'm willing to release the guilty thoughts that I'm holding on to or those that I hold about other people. If that's what he's asking us for, if that's the Christmas gift he wants, then wouldn't it be appropriate to give that? So that's what makes it, this section, those first 3 paragraphs, to be the time of rebirth. Now, last week we covered this paragraph as well, but this will kind of bring us into the 5th paragraph, which is huge, by the way. It says in the 4th paragraph of section number 10, the time of rebirth, on page 325, it says, "It is in your power to make this season holy, for it is in your power to make the time of Christ be now. It is impossible to do this it is possible." Boy, that was a Freudian and egoian slip. It is possible to do this all at once because there is but one shift in perception that is necessary. For you made but one mistake. It seems like many, but it is all the same. For though the ego takes many forms, it is always the same idea. What is not love is always fear and nothing else. Simple, right? Have you not heard this a million times? What is not love is simply fear and nothing else.
They can't coexist.
Yeah, they cannot coexist. It is either truth or illusion. It is either love or fear. We know this, but do we do it? Okay, so we don't do it because, again, what I said before, I intimated this, and this is what we're going to read in this next paragraph, is it seems like this separation isn't just love and fear. It has splintered out to all these different aspects of it. You know, fear and attack have taken so many different aspects that in some cases your attack seems perfectly right and justified. And yet any fear, any attack, which is nothing more than fear, is never justified. It is the one problem that we have made. The thought that fear gets us anything. So love is the answer. We've heard this over and over again. So we need practice in doing it. And what the Course says is we may say this, but we don't really believe it. And so we need help from outside our own minds, and that help is the Holy Spirit. That's what's been given us. I can't really go into the whole big, long situation, but I'm going to quickly truncate it. There's a family member, one of Paul's family members, who has just been so angry with us. Just out of the blue. We don't even know. One day, fine. Next day, super angry. But Paul comes from a very fundamentalist family background, fundamentalist Christians. I mean, his parents were the salt of the earth, one of 11 kids. Great people, but this one person has decided that the way we believe makes us really crazy and wants nothing to do with us. And it is, it can be kind of hurtful. And so I kept saying to the Holy Spirit, I don't know what we've done, can't figure it out. Paul's even said to this person, I'll go to counseling with you. And this person has said, well, counseling it's only for people who are married or who live together. So we don't go to counseling. And so he's like, I don't understand that. But he said, I'd really love to be able to talk with you. But no, there's no reaching him right now. And so I said, that drives me nuts because I'm the kind who wants to sit down with you and talk and figure this out. And, but I can't do that. So I can't do it the way I want to do it, which is a good lesson for me. So what I have to do is say to the Holy Spirit, I don't know how to do this, but I know you do. And the funny thing was, I've told you this before, as soon as I said that, I got this image. And I've never gotten anything else but this. And this image that I have of this person is an image of when Jeffrey was like 18 months old, our son. He was 18 months old, and he was hugging him. And I see Jeffrey's little pudgy arms. The only time Jeffrey was ever pudgy was about 18 months, 2 years. And just around this person's neck. and this sweet, radiant face on this person. And the picture that I have, that I took, that's in my picture album, is of his radiant face and Jeffrey's little arms around him. And I can see this as I describe it to you. I can see it. And it is such a look of love on this person's face. I have never seen such a sweet look. And so when I asked, how can I see him? I am so angry. Help me to see him as you would see him. This is the image I got. This one picture picked out of all the multiple pictures that I have in picture albums. This is the one picture that I see. I see it in my mind every time I think of him. So what the Holy Spirit is telling me is that is the truth about him. Not any of the things he's done, not any of the things he's said. This is his reality. Now, I couldn't have picked that one. I couldn't have found that on my own. But we will be given those things that we need to help us remember the truth. We don't know how to only see love. We don't know how to do that. We don't even know what that means, but he does. Just like with Daniela. We don't know how to get there, but he does. He does. So we must be, as you were kind of saying, Marilyn, humble in the fact that we do not know, but mighty in the power of God to transform our lives. So if you have one of those circumstances or situation, you need to ask for help. You need to ask how you might see the truth. How do you see your brother as sinless? And the image will be given us, the way will be given us. But we truly have to want that and then be open to that because it will come.